by Lord Shiva to Parvati, Aradhananam Parameswaram, Vishnu Aradhanam Parameswaram.
Yeah, the verse is referring to that, yes.
What is the highest worship?
Yeah, that is the worship of the Tadiya, or that which is very dear to Krishna. Yeah. Even there's one verse that one of the things that... yes, yeah, that is there. So then we may remember Jagannath Puri also. And then remember Vrindavan, so there's a mantra also for remembering Vrindavan. And then declaration from Tulsi Devi, you may remember Purnamasi, Yamuna Maharani, Gopeshwar Mahadev, Katyayani Devi. So remember Radha Kund, Shama Kund, Giriraj Govardhan, and the Brijavasis. So different mantras are there. Different devotees even have different mantras and which they may chant. And then, as everyone is worshipping Krishna Balaram, so you may remember them and say mantras for them, and then Radha Krishna, and then again chant some mantras in glorification of Radha Krishna. So always has to be there in the beginning. That is actually included in the first asana. So you respect the Lord and then so offering his prayers that is included in the first part, asana. And then it's swagatam also. It's welcome, and then you're chanting different mantras. And then you do the actual worship. And then as explained, you offer all the items, and at the end, pranam, offer respects and then glorification and obeisances by folding the hand. And usually the Kam Gayatri is chanted 10 times. And then after Dhyan, what is very important, we have to ask the Lord for forgiveness. So various mantras are there, so you may chant 1, 2 or 3. Or simply with one's own words, one should say, my dear Lord, if I have committed any offense, please kindly excuse me and forgive me for having done these offenses. So that is absolutely required, that we do that after the worship, because we are not yet perfect, we are not yet advanced, so we have to beg forgiveness from the Lord. And usually devotees they're trying to avoid committing any offense, but due to being conditioned, there's every chance of doing some offense. And it is even mentioned that there are 64 kinds of offenses in the service of the Lord. And of course, even the other kinds of offenses like Namaparad, Seva, the Vaishnava Parad, Dhamma Parad, if one is performing any of these, that is automatically, that becomes Seva Parad also. If one is not chanting the holy names properly and then worshipping the Lord, then actually it is also part of Seva Parad. Or if one is disrespecting the devotees and then is going on the altar, so that is implicated in Vaishnava Parad and Seva Parad, and same with Dhamma Parad. So the 4 kinds of offenses, 64 are mentioned, but they are divided in 4.
It's a bit of a funny question, but when I have personal dealings with people,
Yes.
there are some people, not many, but they will always be apologizing. Oh, please forgive me for, and I might know them for a long time, and I have an intimate relationship.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, please don't ask for forgiveness all the time. It's driving me crazy.
Yes.
It's actually stopping the intimacy.
Right.
So we're being taught by our Gurudev to develop an intimate relationship with the Lord.
Yes.
Doesn't Krishna get irritated with being asked for forgiveness all the time? Or is that just me not being humble?
Yeah, that is ultimately it is true that we should have an intimate relationship with the Lord, and when the relationship is intimate, then there's actually no offense. No offense. Krishna will not take any offense. But are we truly so transcendently situated that we have an intimate relationship with Krishna? That we have to see.
I suppose I have gone to Thai deities, so
Yeah, but we should act in such a way, just like our, they should be more dear than actually our family members, the deities. Yeah.
But with going to Thai, should I be asking? Because they're always forgiving. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why
yes.
I'm not qualified to have it
Yes,
other than
yes.
going to Thai. So I don't ask them for forgiveness because they'd be like, well, that's what we're doing all the time. So
Yeah, that is there. Yeah.
or am I just a big offender?
No, I think we have a very nice bhav. Krishna is reciprocating, Mahasvarita already, nicely reciprocated with you. No problem. Yeah.
Sometimes we observe that deity worship and temple worship and everything is going on nicely, but knowingly we disrespect Uttama Mahabhagavan Vaishnavas.
Yes, what that means then, if that is done, then the worship is not really nice. It appears to be nice, but it is not truly nice. It is external. Yeah.
Like our Guru Maharaj said that if anyone worships Krishna or pure devotees, but there is no respect for pure Vaishnavas,
Yes.
then Krishna will leave from a place.
Yes.
Pure devotee will also leave that place.
Yes. Yes.
So if someone is always knowingly and always asking, please forgive me, that is like a very low level
Of course.
worship.
Yes. And that is no problem. Offending somebody and then say, please forgive me.
And again, the next day,
Yes.
again and again.
Yes.
Like
That is not nice.
like Christianity.
Right. Yes, that is true. Yes. Yeah.
We have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah. So, of course, let's say just for practical example, if you can see that, in many temples, maybe, generally as we know in ISKCON they were offending Gurudev, but it doesn't mean everybody was there offending Gurudev. Some people were there. But I think, let's say, for example, in Vrindavan, in our Krishna Balaram temple, the majority of the devotees, actually they knew Gurudev and they had so much respect. And even, for example, we have some pujaris, many of them, their parents are in Gaudiya, so they don't have any problem. And the general devotees there, most of them, they don't have any problem. But some GBC members, they had some problem. And so, so what they can do, the general devotees.
But
So sometimes it is not practical, okay, they offended Mahabhagavad, I should just leave. Just then we may say, well, we are living in America, and so the president of America is a meat eater. So does it mean that we're not going to stay in America? It is not practical. No, but we preach and we try to reform everyone. Similarly, in a humble way, we may try, if we are in a place where not everyone is respected, we may try to rectify the situation as much as possible, but it may not be completely possible. Just like you cannot tell the President of America, you should chant Hare Krishna. Otherwise you go to hell and everybody else in America is going to hell. Just as a good example. So therefore it's always good to be humble and respectful and try to respect everyone, and so that we don't become outside, then it implicated in outside committing some aparat to some other devotees, even though they may not be Mahabhagavat, but we don't know who is a Mahabhagavat sometimes.
So if you're in a place where aparad is going on and you're
Yes.
hearing that,
And you what?
hearing that
Yes.
aparad, then isn't that very detrimental to your bhakti?
Yeah, we should try to avoid that. Definitely, yes.
But
Yes.
institutionally, if one policy is possibly aparad, just like America, there might be some policies like we give these big companies the right to do whatever they want because there's some connection. But it doesn't mean we leave America in some
Yes.
aspects. We can't. We're not American. We can disagree with the law,
Right.
but
It doesn't mean that we leave.
right, we're still American. We can be a part of
But
it.
In the scriptures, it is clearly advised. It is, and Guru Maharaj showed by his example.
Yes.
In an institution, bhakti is discouraged, disrespect, then we should give up that institution. Because we have come for bhakti.
Yeah, right.
We have not
Yes.
come for institution.
That is true, yes. That is there, yes. So we have to see time and
That's discrimination
circumstances.
too. Like, when do you determine, okay, then there's no room for bhakti here? If they're engaging,
I mean,
it's a hard.
yeah, I mean, you may say pure bhakti is maybe not there, but some kind of bhakti is there.
I have, for example, where we can obtain our best welfare,
Yes.
that is where we should try to reside.
Yeah, that is true, yes.
The highest, like I had, in my personal example, I had a very good friend in ISKCON. And we were both very worried for the status quo in ISKCON, the level of consciousness.
Yes.
And what he said, I will try to get a position in this organization and change everything.
Yeah.
And I said, I will go and approach a pure devotee and learn something about pure bhakti
Yes.
and change myself. Yeah. So I think what Shastras advise that we should be very careful.
That is true, yes.
We cannot be politician inside a spiritual organization.
Right.
What happened to him?
He has a big position and now entangled in, how you call these things?
Politics?
Puja and worship. All over his money and but nothing has changed.
Okay.
I just have two quick questions.
Yes.
Just to make sure I got it straight. So you're doing the puja, you're offering to Guru, and then ascending, and then if you're doing
Arti.
you start. So if you're worshiping Radha Krishna, you're going to worship Krishna, then Radha.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you may do together also.
Yes.
Yes.
And
then
together.
you
You can worship them together, you say?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then the second question is on mudras.
Mudras.
I read in one of Srila Gurudev's books that he advised against mudras.
Yes, that is mentioned in Ragvatma Chandrika by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Okay.
That mudras actually not encouraged.
It's not in sync with bhakti or
Right,
development
yeah,
with
if you want
bhakti.
to adopt the Raganuga mark, Rag mark, then it is not encouraged to do the different mudras.
What is
So
sometimes?
what about using a few simple
Well,
mudras?
like for example, some mudras you have to do, like pranam mudra.
Ah, right.
This is pranam, you have to do that. Some of them, or you show, there's another mudra, you show the Lord to go from one place to another place. Some mudras we are using, but not everyone. Not all the mudras like Vatsya or
What about the one where you're purifying articles and you put your hand over, I forget
chakra
the chakra
mudra is
mudra,
there. No,
right?
that you don't have to do.
You don't have to do
No,
that.
you may just use some water and sprinkle the water to purify the items.
So just keep it
That
real
is-
simple. That
Yeah, you
was
keep it simple. That was, Prabhupada's good, Bhakti Siddhanta's, and I think Gurudev's good also, right? So simple, keep it simple.
Thank you.
You want to ask question?
I saw after Ipa and Rupa, there are no Puspanjali. I offer Puspanjali after Ipa Rupa.
No, there's Gandha Pushpa flowers, then Dhub Deep, and then Naivedya, then you have to Bhoga, and then Pranam. Again, when you do Pranam, at that time you may again offer flowers. Flowers you can offer in the beginning also, and when Asanam, then you surrender to the Lord, you chant some mantras, you can offer flowers, and then during the puja you offer flowers, and at the end again, you surrender completely yourself to the Lord, and then again you can offer flowers. Yes, Pushpanjali. Okay, so we should start now. Shri Gurudev ki. Param Gurudev ki.